Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Huddle,
where we talk about football.
It is officially, Elijah, Season 2 here on the Huddle.
Wow.
And it's also officially the NFL season.
Wow.
NFL season kicked off this past weekend,
Wow.
and it was a great one. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
A lot of good games, a lot of good stats.
A lot of bad games by some teams.
Certain teams leave unnamed. Yeah. But let's just get into today's playbook. We're going to keep the episode short. We're going to keep it fun. We got some good things planned for our weekly episodes for this season. For today's playbook, we're going to start off with something that I think Elijah and me have been doing for maybe the past 3 years. Every Tuesday, after all the games are done, he would text me a weekly review, but a little overly sarcastic weekly review of each of the teams. Kind of just picks fun at them. So we just kind of dubbed it Trash Talk Tuesdays. He's just going to share with you guys. We'll let him rat off a couple, not all of them. We'll post the other ones later on our YouTube channel. But he's just going to say a couple of his trash talk, sarcastic comments that he has about some of the NFL teams. Moving on, we're talking about the games of the week, biggest upset, obviously the first game of the year, best games, blowout games, teams that put up the most points, stuff like that. Going to go on to some reactions of our favorite teams, Seattle Seahawks, Packers, and then wrap up with a Steel Curtain session. And, of course, throughout this episode, we'll be talking about players that impressed and, obviously, our players of the week on offense and defense. So, before we get started, Elijah, of course, we know what time it is. It's NFL news. Some stuff did happen this past weekend, so I want to share it.
Joe Burrow, this is kind of old news at this point, but he's the highest paid NFL player in history. And he did not show it, but
not at all.
But good job, Joe Burrow. I guess you deserve it. Chris Jones just got signed
1 year
for
deal.
a 1 year deal to the Chiefs. That's great news for the Chiefs after the game that they just had against the Lions. And then J.K. Dobbins
injuries. What a surprise! Yeah. I saw this notification. Elijah was over at my house for the Steelers game. We're sitting there in my basement, and I get this notification from the NFL app, and J.K. Dobbins out for the year, and I just lost it.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I feel bad.
Sure,
the guy got hurt. Like, this is his job. He gets paid to do this stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a copy and paste from last year. So,
but the Ravens, everything cannot stay healthy. I mean, I've seen this entire season where the quarterback and running backs have all been completely healthy. So it was just a little, copy and paste, as you would like to say. Jack Conklin, right tackle for the Browns, out for the season, ACL and MCL tear.
That's
Cam Hayward, he's down for a couple of weeks. That's really unfortunate news for us, especially how our defense played this past week.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the biggest news of the week, Aaron Rodgers goes down within the first couple plays in his New York Jet debut. All right, so let's move on to Session 1, Trash Talk Tuesday. We don't care if this episode gets posted on Thursday. If you're listening to it in 3 months, or if you're listening to it the day it drops.
Yeah,
it's Trash Talk Tuesday.
We're literally recording it on Monday night, so
right. I mean, the Jets game is still going on right now.
Yeah, and so let's get right into it, so we don't waste any time.
Right.
Chiefs. So basically, what I do is I pick the team, and then I just read off whatever I have. But here we go. We'll start out with the Chiefs. Hey, Levi, what's the difference between Mahomes to Kelsey and Mahomes to Tony?
I don't know, Elijah. What is the difference?
Mahomes to Kelsey is like bread and butter, but Mahomes to Tony is just butter. Get it?
It's funnier when you read it the first time.
Yeah, let's move on to the...
There is Tony. What the heck were you doing, dude? 3 drops.
You can't have that in the NFL. If you're the number 1 receiver, too, you can't have that.
Which is a sad thought, too. That there's absolutely no receivers.
Yeah, and let's go on. Bengals, we already mentioned it. Highest paid player in the NFL. If I were him, I wouldn't want to do anything either, so...
It's true.
Buccaneers, Tom Brady who? Falcons. Falcons, you got Bijan Robinson in the first round, then Algier Ball's out. I mean, it's still a great pick, but, could have...
Lethal. Could be an absolute lethal backfield.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. I benched Algier too, and he got me 24 points. So.
That's crazy.
Thrilled.
The Colts can't they can't keep a QB through an entire game. We've seen that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Brock Purdy's still undefeated.
Yep.
Kenny Pickett twice actually. Saints.
People.
The Saints. I mean, people usually prefer used cars anyway, so.
I thought that one was funny too. Don't worry.
This one for the Raiders, Jacoby Myers. He was always supposed to be a Raider. Also, prayers to him after that scary injury he had. But yeah, he was always meant to be a Raider. We saw it last year when he was a Patriot.
I mean, he got them a W. It was great.
Exactly. Rams. Who needs Cooper Kupp when you have Tutu Atwell and Puka Nacua? So
sorry, I don't speak whatever the heck that was, but
that's called Rams. Yeah.
Okay.
Tua.
What the heck you doing, Geno Smith? Holy crap! I can lose that game.
Tua throw for 400. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna skip this one. This is too hard. We'll just
Here, I'll read it. Tua threw for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of them to going to Tyreek Hill. I love that. That was great.
Wow, thank you. Packers fans love what they saw. Also, we forgot this breaking news. Actually, the Bears got a new owner by the name of Jordan Love. And finally, the Giants suck. And that'll be it for Trash Talk Tuesday.
That's crazy. I told you to do a couple of those. And long and listed.
Hey, you know how I do with lists. I don't make my list short.
Right. All right. Well, that was a little intro to Trash Talk Tuesday. Obviously, you guys might not have the same humor as us, but we don't care. So we think it's funny. So session 2, let's get to it. Top games of the week.
Let's go.
Elijah, introduce to us the first game of the year. Lions, Chiefs.
Yes. So we actually, whenever it first came out, we broke it down in one of our episodes last season. Lions and Chiefs. Why would this be a season opener? The Lions would not. We didn't think they were going to do well against the Chiefs, but
not at all.
Look what happened. 21-20. Lions upset. Chiefs, they didn't have Travis Kelce or Chris Jones, so that was a huge factor, actually. But Kadarius Toney, man, you got to catch the ball. You cannot do what you did in that game and stay on this team. That's just, especially to the Lions. Although the Lions, Dan Campbell is a great coach. I hate the Lions, but
I love him.
I will admit he's looking like a good coach, and yeah, they did a great job.
Real quick, I saw a quote by him. He said it last year, but I just found it up on a post the other day after their game. I think it's the greatest quote of all time. It says, "We're going to kick you in the teeth, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off."
That's definitely, that's up there for the greatest quotes. There you go. Let's talk about that upset of the week. Obviously, the Lions was
real quick. I just want to say something about Mahomes. I think he played good in the game with the guys he doesn't have targets with.
Yeah.
I just think at this point, if you want, I feel like I don't feel like the Chiefs do this. I just feel like
you said do.
Yeah, the Packers are do.
Didn't the Seahawks lose?
I just feel like Mahomes, you have to give him support. Obviously, his top target was not there. The best defender was not there. And on paper, the Chiefs roster isn't terrific. Really? Yeah. They got a good inside linebacker group, a decent defensive line. Their secondary's not really great.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
not
bad.
Core, it's not there either. The running backs are just interesting. It's just an all-around weird team.
Yeah,
I feel like you can't rely on Mahomes.
Yeah,
you can't get to the point where
if you want to win, you gotta
support your guy around. And Mahomes cannot throw the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah,
and we saw that evident against the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's almost like an exact game, except that they actually scored some touchdowns.
Right,
but there was just nobody. He was running around most of the time, and last year he got ankle injuries in the playoffs when he's running around like that. So you cannot, as the Chiefs, you just can't let that happen. You got to give him some help. Yeah. And it's just kind of strange when Kadarius Toney, who's only had one season, is your number one wide receiver on the team. So, but yeah,
Yeah, they might need to make a splash move before the
Oh
trade
yeah.
deadline. Yeah, so let's just get into our upset game of the week. Jay Jettas,
Yes.
Jordan Addison, maybe
Uh-huh.
one of the most unfair receiver duos in the league.
Yeah.
Both of them played great. Kirk
Oh,
Cousins
they
played
did.
great.
Mm.
Alexander Madison, starting
Yep.
running back now for
No, I thought he was a president.
which one is it? I always
It's Alexander Madison.
okay, that's what I thought. See, quit messing with me, Elijah. Come on. Looked okay, but once again, who needs Tom Brady when you have the man, the myth, the legend, Baker Mayfield? Buccaneers win away,
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
that against the
Mhm.
Vikings, 20-17.
Yeah. That
Huge game.
that should not have happened.
Not at all.
But,
And I feel like the biggest thing for that team that week was Mike Evans receiving touchdown
yeah.
because he has that contract issue. They don't want to trade him, but he might want out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a huge booster.
Yeah.
Maybe put some trust built some trust, I guess, in Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever be able to do that, but I mean,
Hey,
whatever.
I just want to say we were dogging on Baker Mayfield all off season, but way to show up, buddy. You did it.
I guess so. I
I
mean,
mean, it's just the Vikings, so
he played
week
good
one.
his first game with the Rams, and like
Yeah.
did nothing after that.
Sure, and it's week one against the Vikings, so like it's not
It's
that
the
it's not
Vikings.
saying much.
Let's talk about the blowout game. Obviously, you're talking about the team who played the best and the team who played the worst in one game because it was a blowout.
Well, here's the thing. This team didn't even play that great. The team that won, the defense was good.
Great. They got me 40 fantasy points.
Yeah.
I was happy.
The offense was just kind of it was there. They definitely scored some
The run
points.
game was there, or at least one running back was there.
Yeah. Dak Prescott was
Cowboys beat the Giants 40-0.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, that is huge. That should not happen week one. You should be more prepared.
There were so many fumbles. I guess the rain is a factor, but like Giants, what are you doing? Saquon, Danny Dimes. That's the only people I can think of that are actually good.
Well, I had the Cowboys winning this game. I just thought they were going to win the game. I did not think it was going to be by 40 points.
Yeah.
And I feel like the issue with this is you have Dak. Everybody's like, watch out for the Cowboys. Just as a Steelers fan and just as a regular, normal, sane human being, I don't support the Cowboys. And I never will. And yeah, you can say, look, watch out for the Cowboys this year, all you want. But if Dak Prescott has Brandon Cooks, who has been one of the most consistent receivers in the league for the past decade, CeeDee Lamb, who's one of the more explosive and better route runners in the league, and Michael Gallup, who's also very consistent, very reliable.
He's consistently decent as
how do you put up 40 points yet Dak you do not have one passing touchdown?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's true. He didn't even play. They put in Cooper Rush, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Trey Lance barely even knows the playbook at this point.
That's fair, but yeah. I don't know. Giants, you can say it's the rain. You could say all kinds of things. But last year, you guys looked really good. This year, starting out not good. Again, it's week one. I like to say it's basically preseason where all the starters are actually playing. But
I wish that was the case, yeah. That was the case a lot. For a couple of my teams.
Yeah. All your teams.
Right.
And then let's finally end with the best game. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch this game. I really wanted to. But Dolphins, Chargers. What the heck? Dolphins.
Incredible.
What the heck, Tua, man?
I watched the highlights of that game, and I'm just sitting there in awe. Like, these could be two of the best. Tua, get it?
Yes.
I can do the best quarterbacks that we could see coming up.
Maybe.
Like,
Tua, man.
I don't care. You can show me the Joe Burrow Mahomes. You can show me the T-Law. I don't even know who you'd be a rival with. The quarterback changed too much in that division.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Josh Allen, the home, stuff like that. I
Yeah.
want to see Tua Herbert. I feel
Yeah.
like that this rivalry between these two teams can be absolutely insane. And the
Mhm.
biggest thing for me this game is that the Chargers, two of the running backs, Joshua Kelly and Austin Eckler, both of them finished top five for rushing yards. Both of them
Yeah.
had over 100 rushing yards, which is absolutely unheard of in
Hmm.
a league like today. Like, how
Yeah.
do you have two running backs have over 100 rushing yards?
Yeah. You better start paying Chargers. Austin
Eckler, yeah.
Eckler, man.
Chargers are lucky they still have
Yeah.
him. Very lucky.
Exactly.
Um,
But yeah, it was a close game throughout. I was
great
checking
game.
stats. Yeah, and man, I just really wish I could have watched that live. But Tua was going off. Tyreek Hill was going off. Waddle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Chargers secondary. I don't know what happened, guys. But I think
They're not bad. They have Derwin James. They
yeah,
have
they have
J.C.
J.C.
Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah, and he had a pick too. But
Right.
eh, I think maybe it's due to the Dolphins not having a run game. That made it look.
Yeah, their run game is let's throw
Yeah.
a 2-yard ball to Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill can run the ball
Yeah.
down the field for a 75-yard touchdown every single time.
Yeah.
That's the Dolphins' run game.
Yeah, but really good game. Good job to yeah, Chargers, you were so close. You probably could have won that game too.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. You guys, they
will
looked
be fine.
pretty good. They put up 34 points. So like
Right.
it's not like the Steelers who
Yeah.
or the Giants who didn't do anything.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm
All
saying
right,
yeah, let's move on to our next session.
All right. Next session, let's get it. Best performers of the week. We just talked about one, Tyreek Hill. Offensively, he was the best performer for me. Over 200 yards receiving, a couple touchdowns. Overall, just an absolute elite, absolute unstoppable game from Tyreek. On the defensive side of the ball, it's biased. I don't care. He was the only one that showed up and actually played that day. TJ Watt.
Yeah.
5 tackles, 3 of those are sacks, and 2 forced fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Nick Bosa. They can pay you all the money they want. You are not better than TJ Watt. Nobody is.
Yep, that's true.
Miles Garrett is not better than TJ Watt.
Although he had a good game, I will. You see him do his little basketball thing against the Bengals, and I think he got a sack after. It was hilarious. The
It was real
Bengals Browns. That's
are,
another game we could have talked about. But
yeah, it's crazy. And it was sad because my team quarterback Kenny Pickett and my other favorite quarterback in the league, Joe Burrow, played like absolute butt cheek this past week. So,
and Geno Smith too. My best offensive players also on the Dolphins. The QB Tua Tagovailoa, 466 passing
I
yards,
respect that.
3 touchdowns. I saw something where if he's on track to have 7,000 passing yards this season.
I want to point something else out real quick too. Bobby Wagner had 19 tackles in one game.
Wow,
and
that's because they couldn't. Their offense couldn't do anything, and the defense was on the field the whole time.
Just look. I mean, he's already 1/5. He's nearly 1/5 of the way to 100 tackles, and that was the first game. So, just putting that out there. Best linebacker in the league.
Not really. My defender. I'm just gonna pick a guy that I got to watch. Hufanga. I forget his first name though, but for the 49ers, I thought. He's a good safety. Like I think he's probably one of the best.
Very underrated.
Probably gonna be
very underrated.
He got a pick.
Lucky pick.
Kind of destroyed. Well, yeah, that's probably true. But he had a few good tackles too. But I think he did really well, and I think he will be doing really well. Maybe Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see. But yeah, that's who I got.
And last thing, another safety, new team this year. 2 interceptions, Jesse Bates. Just wanted to throw that out there. We talked a lot about him the offseason, how much he would impact these Falcons, and almost an immediate impact with them. Well, I guess had an immediate impact with them. 2 interceptions within that first game, and got the Falcons a dub. So,
yeah, hey, my Super Bowl prediction's looking. Well, half of it's looking good.
Yeah,
Steelers are not so much.
Right. All right.
But
next session, moving right along. Session 4, I think. I don't even know at this
Yeah,
point.
kind
It's
of
more
must
interesting than
count.
we even do. Yeah. Um, our teams, how do we do? Seattle Packers. Um,
Yeah,
I
we're
was
looking
looking,
good.
at my entire season predictions, and I had the Rams winning this game, and I don't know why, but I guess I know why now. I just had a feeling the Rams were going to win the game, and I had that the Packers were going to beat the Bears, and I had that the Steelers were going to lose to the Niners. So I'm
Okay.
3 for 3. I'm doing
Wow.
good.
All right.
Look at me.
Um. Okay. How about you break down what happened with the
We were
Seahawks?
up. Um, we were up, and then
Yeah. For how long were you up for?
like 2 minutes, and then
Yeah. The thing is,
it
Geno
was a
Smith.
one-score game. It was 24-13, something like that.
It
No,
was
no, it was like,
30-13 actually.
but that was the final score. They just kind of
30.
took off in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Matthew Stafford was back. He looks good.
he looked awesome. And the what's whatever his face is, Nakua,
Yeah.
Puka Nakua. He I told you, I mentioned it in the preseason. I said I think this guy's gonna be good, and I was right.
You know why the Seahawks didn't play good? Because they didn't put Jake Bobo in.
It's true. I think actually one reason I want to talk about is I was actually talking to my dad about this, and he's a West Virginia fan, and he was saying Geno Smith is just his attitude is kind of there. It's like he got paid big, 3 years something, and that's all he needs now, and he doesn't need to play well anymore for Geno Smith. That's just kind of how he always was. That's how my dad was saying. That's how he was in
That's
West
a good
Virginia.
point.
So
Yeah, but I feel like if you want to, I want my team to go to the playoffs.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
you gotta try.
yeah. The thing is, like, too, we
I
never
want
really.
to walk.
Hey, you want Bo Nix? Is that
I want Bo Nix. I hope the Seahawks draft Bo Nix.
So maybe that'll be a
praying for it.
yeah, but yeah.
Enough about the crappy
bad
Seahawks
team.
performance.
Let's talk about a good team.
Your Packers.
Oh my gosh.
I was impressed.
My
I gotta
gosh.
give it to you.
Oh
Okay,
my
don't get me wrong.
gosh.
I'm more of a believer in Jordan Love than you are. And you can't tell me that you like Jordan Love now. I don't want to hear it.
I
I don't want to hear it.
I loved the way he played. I don't like Jordan Love. I love the way he played. First off, how can you not get your
Once
mom
you get to a
tickets?
Super Bowl in 3 years.
No, once we get to the Super Bowl this year, Jordan Love proved me wrong, and I was very
impressed. Love is never wrong. That's why.
I'm not, but he looks just like Aaron Rodgers, like prime Aaron Rodgers. The way he was throwing things, how confident he was rolling out. There was a play where he
for a team
fumbled
with no receivers, he played great. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a play he fumbled the snap. He picked it up, found the field wide open. The tight end Musgrave messed up. He started backtracking for some reason and then tripped over, but he did catch it, didn't score. He would have had a wide open touchdown. But anyway, Jordan Love is, I don't know. He this might be a repeat of the Aaron Rodgers story. He looked really good. He really proved people wrong. Just Romeo Dobbs, 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
I mean, even Jaden Reed, he got a few catches. He didn't get hurt. His helmet kept coming off, and I think he got hurt. But once we get Christian Watson back, I think we're gonna be extra good. Our run game, Aaron Jones is insane. I don't know why we didn't give him the ball more in the first place, but we ended up destroying anyway. We still own you, Bears. I'm so excited for the season now. Again, it's week 1, but I've been given hope. Our defense was insane. Like, they actually played well. Quay Walker with a pick 6. He had an insane run back.
Yeah, he played another Lamar Jackson Jr. And another team with basically no weapons.
Yes. But also, did you see Chase Claypool just give up in the middle of the play? It was so funny.
Awful.
He literally just stood there and didn't take the block, and we got to.
And then he wants to say, the Steelers are the reason I never reached my full potential. Buddy, you've been in the league for not even 5 years left. Shut up, catch a ball, and do something with your life. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, and we got to wrap this episode up, dude.
I gotta say something real quick. Lucas Van Ness looked awesome.
Gosh, Lucas
Van Ness had a sack.
Our
team was good. We wasted time on your terrible team. we need to be thorough about our team. Our defense is awesome. Jair's good. Our line was awesome. We stopped.
I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Yeah, let's move on to the next session.
All right.
Go
Steel
Packers.
curtain session.
Oh, I forgot about this. I don't know why. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go.
Pittsburgh needs a lot of help before going to the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
30-7 loss. Kenny Pickett looks off. Very, very off. Okay, first of all, let's just be honest. Did we really think we were going to win this game?
Yes, absolutely. I had no doubt
think we were going to win this game.
I had no doubt.
Are one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yes, but
they already have a ticket to the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. Like, it's basically already written out for them.
Mm-hmm. I thought Bosa was coming in cold. I didn't even know Kittle was playing. You had said that you don't think Mr. Irrelevant is relevant anymore, but he is definitely.
No, okay.
I told you he's MVP, but I just wasn't expecting Brandon Ayuk. I didn't think he was going to be wide open every play.
But that's the issue. What was up with our secondary?
Yeah, that was.
And I'm screaming at the TV. I mean, you're sitting right next to
it was terrible.
I mean, we're screaming at the TV. We're like, put in Joey Porter. If Levi Wallace can't cover him, put him in.
Levi Wallace, man, he was
toasted the entire game. I mean, heck, you should have just put Eli Apple in.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, okay, TJ Watt, a good thing. TJ Watt, 3 sacks.
Only one trying.
Yeah, he really was. Cam Hayward, we got plagued with injuries. That Hayward was out with groin. Muth got hit, chest injury.
Yes, yeah.
Johnson had a hamstring. Okorafor had a concussion. Actually, I didn't even know Broderick Jones made it in the game, to be honest. And then DeMarvin Lee out with an elbow injury. We definitely had some injuries and important ones, but that's no excuse to how we played.
No, we just gave up.
Yeah, Pickett was off, very off, as you said.
Very, very off. And to be honest, yes. I mean, you look at each part of their defense, they have Nick Bosa on the line and Hargrave on the line. You have Fred Warner in the middle, and then you have Hufanga out wide or out deep, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have much options. Another thing I was very disappointed in to see was the lack of run calls.
Yeah.
Or run plays called in that game. I felt like when Najee was in the game, he did well.
He did,
I thought he had good runs. I thought Jaylen Warren.
Well, Jaylen Warren didn't do anything.
He did okay. He still ended up with more fantasy points this week than Joe Burrow. So
the thing is, we were just so down. I think we were just trying to get the ball down the field to score, and
you can't be down by 17 plus points to throw the ball down the field. Throw the ball down the field on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, didn't we start the game with a pass and then a jet sweep?
Yeah, the second play of the season was a jet sweep.
Something
and I texted a group chat. I was like, I'm already done with Matt Canada. I can't do this. Because Calvin Austin got how many yards? Guess it. -1, right?
Yeah.
-2, something like that. Yeah. It's listen, I gave my grace to Matt Canada.
Yeah, and this game really
he's already frustrating me.
Yeah. But I don't think this is so much his fault. It was just poor execution. Kenny Pickett was like underthrowing people, throwing behind him. We would have had a touchdown to Deontay Johnson, but he just threw way behind him.
And I feel like also, there was a lot of penalties called.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Oh my gosh. Every other play.
I wouldn't say they were necessarily all bad calls. It was just sloppy.
Yeah.
It just was like a lack of discipline, especially coming from a team coached by a man like Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. I think
I feel like Pickett was trying to one-up Purdy the entire time.
I thought Kenny Pickett was like nervous. I think there was so much
he had to worry about.
Yeah, because everyone's like, Kenny's the next great.
Nick Bosa is coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to watch out so you don't get killed.
Yeah, and he was definitely rushing. Whenever somebody would get close to him, he was panicking immediately.
Yeah, it was not classical rookie Pickett. I'm just going to sit back in the pocket.
Yeah, it looked more like Mitch Trubisky throughout his career.
But I'm just looking forward. I feel like this primetime game against the Cleveland Browns slow everything down a little bit. It's under the lights. I feel like this would just be a good. All right, listen, refocus, regroup. Let's get a W here. Let's move on.
And I don't think we're going to win this game. I think we're still going to have a little bit of sloppiness, but I think as the year goes on, we're going to get better and maybe playoff hopes. We usually do that, but I think our team is better now, and we will get better.
Right.
It's just a slow start, and I mean the
I mean,
Chiefs
if
had
you
a
look
slow
at it,
start.
though, these next 3 weeks should not be that difficult. You got Cleveland,
Yeah.
Las Vegas, Houston.
Yes.
And that takes us into Baltimore. So I feel like at this point
Yes.
you are building up for that challenge.
Yeah.
And you got to be ready for it. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 1 of season 2, and this was week 1 of
The NFL season.
The NFL season 2023-2024. Thank you all for listening. We will see you guys next week. And big primetime game coming to you this Thursday. It is the Vikings teeing up against the Eagles. I cannot wait to watch that. That'll be on Prime Video. Yay!
Primetime Kirk Cousins is the best to watch.
Right. And then, of course, that Monday Night Football game. We got a doubleheader that night, 7:15. Saints play Panthers, 8:15. We got the Browns versus Steelers. Once again, thank you for listening. This is The Huddle. We will see you all next week.
Peace.